This is a custom crochet bag inspired by the Bajan Flag for one of my clients going on vacation to the Barbados. Make sure you watch to the end because I'm going to show you how it turned out and what I would do differently. All right, so what you're going to need is, of course, blue for the flag. I'm using around 110 yards of the blue, 110 yards of the yellow, and around 153 yards of the black. I won't need as much black. I'm just going to use it for the outside of the flag. A size 8 or size 10 crochet hook. And you also need a stitch marker. I'm just using one, but feel free to use as many. So to insert my hook, I have 2 loops, okay, on my string. I'm going to yarn over, pull up, pull through 2 loops. That's 1, okay? Remember, go under both loops. That is so important. 1, 2. Yarn over, pull up, pull through. And why that is important is it creates a seamless bottom because this is your base and it eliminates having a lot of holes. Even though you're going to add a lining in your bag, you want it to be as seamless as possible. Okay, so just keep following up with that. Okay, keep that going. Ready? Under 2. Did I get it? Under 2. What you're going to do is you're going to make 3. So a triple increase is an increase that is being done 3 times. An increase is two stitches in the same loop. So let's go. So I got 1 increase, 1 stitch, 2 stitches. That's your increase. Remember, it's a triple. So you go back in 1 more time and a boom, all in the same stitch. Now what that is going to do is create the first side of our curve, okay? Now we're just going to go through the top loop here and single crochet all the way till we get to our first stitch on the last one. So you don't have to worry about picking up 2 because remember you're working on the top side now. You are working on the bottom side. Now you're working on the top and there is no need to pull up 2. And this is how you keep your stitches nice and tight. Okay. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this loop to the first stitch by doing a slip stitch. So I'm going to insert, I'm going to yarn over, pull through that first stitch, and then pull through the previous stitch. That's it. Okay. Now I'm going to chain 1. That is it. Okay. Excuse me, you can always mark your first stitch with your stitch marker or safety pin, and that will tell you where your first stitch is. So now you kind of have this oval shape that we're going to keep building up for the base of the bag. On round 2, we're going to chain 1. We're going to make an increase in this first stitch here, okay? So increase, first stitch. You go 1, increase is 2 stitches and 1, okay? Now I'm going to mark that first stitch so I don't forget where the stitch is. Okay, make another increase in the next stitch. So 1 increase in 1 stitch, another increase here. So I have 1, 2. So that's 2 increases, remember? And now from here, we're going to make however many single crochets you have. So if you crocheted 5, I believe you should have around 3. If you crocheted 15, I know you'll have 13. So since I crocheted 10 single crochets in the beginning, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I should have 7. Duh, minus 3, right? Don't talk about me. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a good 7. Uh-oh. We're going to make 3 increases, not a triple increase, just 3 increases. So that means 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. Let's go. insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 1, that's the first increase. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, that's your second stitch, so that's your first increase. Same thing, next stitch, okay? Insert your hook, pull up yarn, pull over through 2 loops, that's your first stitch. Insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, that's your second increase. You have 1, 2. This is the last increase here. Insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull over, pull through, and that's your third increase. So you see how your circle curve shape got larger? That's what you're looking for. Now we're going to make some single crochets until we get to this last stitch here. So we should stitch. So single crochets, then let's not skip it. Let's make another increase to make sure we do the same thing that we did to one side, we do to the other. Okay, I know I said skip it, but we're going to make 2 increases down there. So you're going to remove your stitch marker. You're going to connect it to the first stitch that we had in the marker, pull up a loop and pull through both. Now you're going to chain 1, and look at that. That is looking beautiful and it's even. So it's going to continue to get large. Under your chain 1, you're going to make a single crochet, okay? Start a new pattern of single crochet, 1 increase, 1 single crochet. You're going to make an increase, 2 in the same stitch, okay? Now your next one, you're going to make a single crochet. So I know the pattern is a bit different. So it went single crochet, increase, single crochet. Now we're going to make, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we should have 8 stitches. Instead of 7, we should have 8. So we're going to make 8 single crochets. Nope, we're going to do 1 more increase. Now we're going to do 7. Single crochet and increase, a single crochet and increase. And now you're going to do single crochets. You're going to do 7. I didn't want 8, so I'm going to do 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is perfect because then we're going to do an increase and then a single crochet, okay? Remove our stitch marker, insert our hook in that first stitch, pull up a loop and pull through. And now we have our beautiful base. I mean, look at that. Now that I have my 4 rounds, I'm going to press out my base and hot iron. Okay, so for my trident, I'm going to make a slip knot, and I'm going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First single crochet, you're going to immediately go into a decrease. That's 1. That's 2. 2 decreases. Chain 1. 1 single crochet. 2 single crochets. 3 single crochets. Okay. Chain 1. Skip 1. 1 decrease. Okay, and now 1 single crochet. As you chain, turn your work. 1 decrease, another decrease. Uh-oh. Let's try again. 1 decrease, another decrease. Tie it off, chain 1. Okay, that is your triangle to this part here. Okay, we are going to make a slip knot, and we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because remember, I guess we'll do 6. We'll put this into the bottom of my hook and create a slip stitch. Okay, and I'm just going to work my way down in single crochets. Okay, so I attached it to the middle of the triangle with a slip stitch, and I'm just working my way down in single crochets. 2, okay, 3, 4. Okay, stitch, increase. Okay. Okay, now you're just going to clip and pull your 1, 2, 3. We'll start at the 3rd stitch. You can see we already have our pitchfork done. We just need to do the other side of the pitchfork, which we're going to start here. We're going to chain 4 or 5, excuse me, go up 6, and just repeat this process, okay? Make a extra knot so that it doesn't unravel. So if you want to iron this, you are more than welcome to iron. Barbadian flag. Okay. See that? Perfect. Now that we have our pitchfork done and out of the way, we are going to change colors yet again. And I'm pretty much going to feed my blue yarn through. Oops. Feed my blue yarn through. Hold it. And then boom. All right. The yellow. And so from here I go boom, boom, chain one. Remember, go back and watch how to do the pitchforks for the flag. I'm using my size 7 for the decrease. Feel free to use a size 6.5. I wouldn't recommend going any lower than that though for the decrease because you're already taking away stitches. So per usual, we're going to go into our first stitch. We're going to make 1 single crochet. Now I don't have any more stitch markers, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bobby pin, okay? Being careless. But you know, a bobby pin works. Another single crochet, and now we're going to decrease. A decrease is pretty much taking 2 stitches and putting them together. So an increase would look like this. This is an increase. It's 2 stitches and the same stitch. That's an increase, right? But a decrease looks like this. You insert your hook, you pull up. You have 2 loops. You're going to go in the next stitch and pull up another loop. Now you have 3. You're going to yarn over and pull through all through 3. What that does is that reduces your stitches by 2. Just repeat that pattern one more time, which is 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, a decrease. Okay? Now you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches, single crochet, excuse me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Increase 1, 2. And that's because where we started here is our cross or our edge or circular part. So we essentially want to repeat the pattern here to continue to keep those crisp edges. So that was our decrease. Now we're going to single crochet, and now we're going, so that's 3, oops, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6, this is 7. This is kind of where we had started anyway, with our first set of crochets. We'll do 7. Add your additional 2 single crochets, decrease, right? All right, so we're going to slip stitch, chain 1, go right into our 1 single crochet, mark our stitch. Okay, this is our last decrease round, or if you want to keep going, then you keep going. Okay, so 2 single crochets, a decrease. Okay, one single crochet, 1 single crochet, decrease. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets. Okay, 2 single crochets, decrease, 2 single crochets, oops, decrease. Okay, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, 3 single crochets, 4 single crochets. Okay, 2 single crochets, 1, 2, decrease. Okay, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, decrease. Okay, boom. Round 1, chain 1. You don't do that stitch. That is where your chain 1 is. Okay, you need to back up. Single crochet here, and then right where I usually don't chain, I'm just going to make a slip stitch to end the bag. Okay, now take your scissors, cut a good amount off. You leave about 4 inches, and that is our bag, ladies and gentlemen. So you kind of have this round shape. Since it's kind of tall, it kind of lost its bubble shape a little bit, but that's essentially my bubble bag. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place all the string as evenly as I can at the bottom. If you have a piece of tape, use a piece of tape. That'd be amazing for you, right? Like this, right? I'm just going to wrap. Just like to leave a little, you don't have to clip it right where the clear thing stops because you stretch the yarn. So you want to give yourself a little leave room. I'm going to use this black. I'm going to choose black. So I snipped some of the black, or snip whatever color I'm using, right? And you see how it shrinks back up because I'm not holding it or folding it, and I like how it landed right there, okay? That's perfect. So I'm just going to slide the black underneath, right? Tie it tight, okay? Uh-oh, somebody called. Okay, so now that you've tied a knot at the top, right? And I'm sure you got something similar to like a 3-inch small book or something that you can wrap and make a long tassel with, okay? Now remember I told you it was stretched, so you don't want to cut it while it's being stretched because you need it to see the true shape. You're just gonna cut directly in the middle. Now you're gonna have a clasp lobster O-ring at that. So the string to again lay flat and tie around my tassel. Just making necessary adjustments. I hope you've seen all of that. And that is your tassel. 21 for a small to medium handle. If you are making a long handle for a crossbody, which is what I'm making, you're gonna need to chain around 60, and that just depends on how tall your client is. Go with 70 single crochets. You see those back loops? That's what you're gonna do. So 1, 2. So we are at that mark where we have 2 more bumps left. So this is the last back loop, okay? Hope y'all can see this. And then you're gonna chain 1. Now you're gonna turn your work, okay? 3 rows of single crochet. So just 1, 2, all the way down to however long you chained. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my light died, but it's okay. What I'm gonna do now, after I have my my 3 rows, so I have 1, 2, I have 1, 2, 3. I'm going to skip this first stitch, right? I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to insert in the next stitch. I'm going to pull up a loop. I'm going to go in the stitch below it, okay? Right here. I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to insert, and I'm going to pull up a loop. Now I have about 5 loops. I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull through all of those loops, okay? That's 1. Now I'm just going to continue to repeat that through the entire row. Once I get to the last one, I'm going to make a double crochet, but I'm going to come back before then. All right, so one more time. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, go to the one below it, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all loops, okay? I will see you at the end. Alrighty, so we are at the last stitch here, and this is where we're going to do a double crochet. You're going to insert your hook. You're going to pull up a loop. You're going to go through 2 loops. And then you're going to yarn over again. And you're going to go through 3 loops. I mean, the last 2 loops. Okay, so after you make your double crochet, you're just going to chain 1. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to like fold. You're going to fold your strap lengthwise. And you're pretty much going to make slip stitches. Whoops. Whoops. All right, all the way through. Okay, so fold in half, and slip stitch. Fold in half, slip stitch. All right, you're gonna take a darning needle, because now we need to sew this onto the bag before we sew the lining and the inside of the bag. Alright guys, continue to sew the flag onto the bag, but I showed you exactly how I brought this idea to life step by step from no pattern to a full custom design. This is what happens when you stay consistent and trust your skills. If you want to learn how to create bags like this and even turn them into income how I do, I've got a beginner-friendly pattern and video tutorial waiting for you below. The link is in my description box. If you're interested in a custom piece, you already know, use the contact link on my website. Follow my IG at Ashantisbag. Make sure you subscribe because we're not just crocheting, we're about building something bigger over here. See you guys in the next one.